Welcome to For His Namesake. I'm Valentine and this is my mom Martina, and we're so happy to have you here. As you could tell, we're holding up hearts because by the time you watch this, it will be Valentine's Day. Some Christians have conflicting thoughts on this holiday. I like to just view it as a day to show that special someone that you care about them. Now, as Christians, we are supposed to show love every day, biblical love. That's what Jesus calls us to do as followers of Christ. But this day, we're going to do a trivia. Oh, and by the way, if you're new here, no, I was not born on Valentine's Day. But I get asked that a lot. So, here's the first question. True or false?
Oh, hang on. I'm sorry to interrupt. Again, as with all of our trivias, if you'll get your pen and paper out or pencil out and number it 1 through 10, and you can stop it at any time, put it on pause if you need to listen to it again or write it out, and then at the end we'll tell you the answers. Okay? All right. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to get that out.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Okay.
Okay, true or false? At the time of the origin of Valentine's Day, there was more than one Valentine.
Okay. And the next question is, when was, and this is going to be a multiple choice, so I'll have some choices here for you. When was Valentine's Day officially declared a holiday? A, in the 1600s, B, 1837, C, in the early 1900s, or D, 1537?
Next one. What year is known as the first Valentine greeting? 1415, 1612, or 1786?
Just a side note, I think it's kind of interesting to note, and I think I noticed this the last time, but being that I had some previous teaching, whatever you call that, substitute teaching, I guess is the word. I guess I'm I'm used to making things a little bit tougher for y'all, so you'll notice that I give y'all 4 choices, and Valentine's really sweet. She'll only give you 3 choices to make it really easy. So I'm sorry if I'm a little tough. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, so here's this next question. Complete this Bible verse. Greater love has no one than this. And I will give you some choices, so I'm going to make it a little easy for you here. A, to show, so here it is. Greater love has no one than this. Then, is it A, to show mercy and kindness to the least of these? B, to lay down one's life for his family? C, to lay down one's life for his friends? Or D, to go to the extra mile for the weak? Like I said, you can stop at any time and rewind, whatever the term is, go back and listen to it again to get the correct answer, or what you think is the correct answer. Okay.
How many Valentine's Day cards are given each year in the USA? Is it 60 million, 145 million, or 270 million?
Okay. Next question. What is the real reason why Valentine's Day is honored and or celebrated around the world? And unfortunately, I'm not going to give you any multiple choices. You're just going to have to come up with that answer on your own. Good luck.
Okay. Next one. I'm going to give you a verse, and you have to guess what book of the Bible it is. I'm not going to give you multiple choice. If you know the book of the Bible, write it down. Here it is. Hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all sins. What book of the Bible is that from?
All right, next question. When is the word love first mentioned in the Bible? Here's some more multiple choices. A, in the book of Ruth. B, John 3:16. C, the famous love passage of 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8. Or D, in Genesis.
Okay, last one on my end. What book of the Bible is the love passage from? Romans, 1 Corinthians, or 1 Thessalonians?
Okay, and I think is this the final question?
This is it.
Okay, in the King James Version Bible, and I just chose that one because I've been told by various people that this is the one true, accurate Bible. I don't know if it is or not, but I just had to go with a Bible because every version will have a different amount of times it's written. But for the sake of just choosing one version, in the King James Version Bible, how many times is the word love written? And here are multiple choice answers again. A, over 500 times. B, 310 times. C, 205 times. Or D, over 400 times. Okay.
Well, we're going to see how you did. Okay. So the first question was a true or false. At the time of Valentine's origin, there were more than 2 Valentines. And that's correct. There were 2 men named Valentine who lived around the same, era. And they were both martyrs. So scholars were kind of confused about which Valentine goes with which holiday. And it's kind of confusing, but it's kind of neat.
Yeah, exactly. And the next question was, when was Valentine's Day officially declared a holiday? If you answered D, which is 1537, that is correct. It was officially declared a holiday in England in 1537 by Henry VII.
Okay. And what year is known as the first Valentine greeting? That was 1415. And of course, there are so many sources that say so-and-so was the first one to give the Valentine greeting. I'm just going by what this source says, that Charles, the Duke of Orleans, was imprisoned in the Tower of London, and he sent a poem to his wife, and it reads like this: I'm already sick of love, my very gentle Valentine.
And the next question was, complete this Bible verse. Greater love has no one than this, then fill in the blank. Your choices were A, to show mercy and kindness to the least of these. B, to lay down one's life for his family. Or C, to lay down his life for his friends. Or D, to go the extra mile for the weak. And the correct answer is C, to lay down one's life for his friends. I thought that was interesting. I mean, I've always seen that Bible verse, but friends over family, I thought that was interesting.
Okay. How many Valentine's Day cards are given each year in the U.S.? It is 145 million. I think they said that's second place compared to Christmas. Now, worldwide, it's about 1 billion.
Wow. I'm learning so much today. Okay. Next question was, what is the real reason why Valentine's Day is honored and or celebrated? And you had to come up with your own answer. If you answered this, it's because on February 14 of AD 6, I don't know if I'm saying this right, 629, a Roman priest by the name of Saint Valentine was martyred. And because, I've always wondered why. Well, because he defied the Emperor Claudius II, who banned marriage, and Saint Valentine was marrying people. And so he got imprisoned and then eventually beaten to death, and that's how, and then that's how he died. So now we know why. Because that's one of the reasons we found out there's 2 different stories going on here, but this is the story that I came up with.
The most
from
popular, I would say.
Several different sources, yeah. Okay.
Okay. And the verse I gave you, hatred stirs up strife, but love covers all sins. That comes from Proverbs. Proverbs 10:12 to be exact. But you don't have to give the reference, just the book of the Bible is Proverbs.
Okay. And then the next question after that is, when is the word love first mentioned in the Bible? And your choices was A, the book of Ruth, B, John 3:16, C, the famous love passage of 1 Corinthians 13 verses 4 through 8, or D, in Genesis. If you answer D, Genesis, that is correct. It's Genesis chapter 22 verse 2, where God comes to Abraham, and he tells him about, go get your son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah. And I think that's how I'm pronouncing it, and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains of which I shall tell you. Yikes. Oh.
Okay. And this one, it's kind of funny when she was going through her multiple choice. If you were listening carefully, there's a freebie in this next question.
I was going to say something. I thought, no, I'll be quiet.
So, were you paying attention? My question was, what book of the Bible is the love passage from? Well, she just mentioned in the multiple choice where that reference is. And it's from 1 Corinthians.
Yes, exactly. I almost said something during. I thought, no, that'll give it away. Okay. And then the last question, in the King James Version Bible, how many times is the word love written? Was it A, over 500 times, B, 310 times, C, 205 times, or D, over 400 times? If you answered B, you have it correct, 310 times. So yeah, that concludes our trivia, but we just wanted to share some other things about love, because we don't want to forget. I mean, yes, we're celebrating Valentine's Day for what it is, but also, who taught us love to begin with? God did, for he first loved us, right? So he showed us how to love.
And God is love. I think that says that in 1 John.
Right. Yep. And then, of course, we know some famous love scriptures, which this is now English Standard Version. And I have to look down, because when I look at the screen, for some strange reason, my brain kind of goes zany and I forget what I was going to say, even though it's a very popular verse and I know it by memory. But lately, this is what's been happening to me. I don't know. Here it is, John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have eternal life. So there's love, and of course we should go ahead and read. Would you mind reading that?
Yes.
1 Corinthians passage, chapter 13, verses 1 through 8.
But before I do that, if you notice, there's sort of like a similarity. You know, when we first said, where's love first mentioned in the Bible, the book of Genesis, Abraham loved Isaac, whom he loved, his only son. I mean, Ishmael was his son too, but this is the son of the promise, the one who was going to have the blessings of, Israel and all that. So God sent his only son too, just like Abraham did. Only Abraham did not have to sacrifice his son. So God's love is more than we can fathom. That's for sure.
Definitely, yes.
Now I'll read that love passage from 1 Corinthians. And this is the New King James. Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails.
Yeah, that's beautiful. It's beautiful poetry in it. Yeah.
So, remember that on this day, it's not about the flowers and the balloons. Sure, that can be fun if it's genuine, but think of it as what a gift love itself is. Like my mom was saying. And it can only come from Jesus. And if you're single and this day is hard for you, I pray that you will just meditate on these verses and know how much Jesus loves you.
Yeah, or if you have a mother or a father or whoever, you can give them a Valentine's card and flowers and balloons. And I know those are just material things, but still, everybody, I know me as a woman, I love to receive flowers. Especially roses. Roses are my favorite flowers. They have to be red though. And so who wouldn't want to receive flowers? I mean, unless you're allergic. Valentine has allergies, so don't send her flowers. Oh. Hello. Okay, we're sorry that we had to stop the video. Valentine had a coughing fit, and so that happens sometimes. And a while ago I had a sneezing fit. So if you're sick with a cold, join the club. So anyway, I'm sorry. Sometimes you just have to laugh at life. You know, it with all its mishaps and difficulties and trials. Sometimes you just have to laugh. So, okay. I think we were talking about flowers. That I love flowers, especially red roses, fresh flowers. And I had said don't send Valentine flowers, but actually you can if you want to. I'm not saying you have to or whatever, but she likes tulips, and I don't think they have a smell to them, right? They don't smell like, but they're just pretty to look at. So that's probably why she can handle those. But yeah, so if you don't have if you're not married, like Valentine was saying, and this is a hard time for you, you can always give flowers or show your affection by making a dinner, or breakfast in bed, or brunch, or who knows what. I mean, there's so many. Be creative. You can show your affection in different ways, or show love to your mother, your sister, your aunt, your grandmother. I mean, a friend.
Oh, and
yeah.
Not just single people, but those who are in a relationship but don't feel loved themselves.
Yeah.
So, we're sorry about that.
Exactly. Then you can show it to people who really need it, like people in nursing homes. Sometimes those people are very lonely. I've worked in a place like that. They're very lonely. A lot of family don't come and visit them. So that would be a great way. You can just stop over. You know, these days you're freely go in there and, well, I mean, you have to go to the front desk and say, I'd like to pass out some Valentines, or go visit some of the nursing home ladies, or, you know, I'm sure there's many other different places we can visit and show our love to others, especially those who are confined in bed or can't get out. So there's many different ways to show love to others. You don't have to be married or be involved in a romantic relationship.
Which, if you think about it this way, when you show love to others, you're actually showing love to Christ.
Exactly. Yes. And that's what I had kind of hoped we had also read, is the passage just before the one that we got to. I think that's the one that says, if I help the needy and I help the poor, but I don't have love, then it's nothing. I think that's just before that passage, isn't it? Just above it. Something
like
to that
if you
extent.
prophesy but you don't love, it's nothing.
Right.
If you understand all mysteries and you have all faith but no love, that's nothing. And then he says, and though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, but have not love, it profits me nothing.
Yes. Now, can we tell them where you got that from?
That's in the beginning of chapter 13 from 1 Corinthians.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about too. So it's important to have love. And if you don't know how to get love, you can get it from God, because He's the one that showed us how to love first, and He loved us first. Yeah.
So feel free to send us a comment, tell us how you did on the trivia, and you can also leave us an email if you're struggling with something. We'd love to pray for you. And overall, we hope that you have a lovely day. And be sure to hit like, subscribe, click the notification bell.
Yes. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Bye.
Bye-bye.